Good morning, good midnight, good evening, whenever you do this practice, welcome. And let's start flowing. Try to do 1 hour class again. Let's see if that's possible for me. Thank you. Come sitting in an easy Vinyasa, heels pointing up, toes pointing back, and place your buttocks onto your heels. Right hand underneath the left, thumbs are touching, lengthen the spine, rotate the shoulders up, back and down. Lifting sternum, chest bone up, dropping your shoulder blades down the back. Gaze on one point in front of you, and just feeling the body, the breath, and the mind. Finding a sense of ease. That's not always easy to find right away. So you start where you start. It will come. Letting the breath flowing in and out through the nose, the whole class. Slowly from here, bring the hands towards your heart. Bow the head towards your hands. Maybe closing the eyes. Let your intention arise from within. Feel your intention. Repeat your intention. And then on your next inhale, lifting your arms overhead, blink your eyes open. Set your arms free on the exhale. And then from here, bring the hands to the front of the mat, all fours, tabletop. Press the hands into the floor. Feel the knees into the floor. Feel the tops of the feet into the floor. And just rock back, press the hands down and forward. And then pull the heels of the hands towards your knees and lean forward. Feeling the ground, the sturdiness underneath your hands, underneath the shin bones, the knees. And just rock back and forward. Really connecting with the earth, with the mat, and really feel if you engage the muscles in your arms, you're feeling more activation in the shoulders, and it's moving up through the whole body. Leaning forward, hold it here, exhale, inhale, pull it back, exhale, hold. Inhale, move forward, lean the shoulders over the wrist, feel the wrist activated. And then slowly on the inhale, moving back. Exhale here. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale here. Inhale, lean back. Exhale here. Now tuck your chin under. Inhale, rounded spine coming forward. Exhale, tilt the tailbone and push yourself back. So a little cat-cow, rounding into the spine, inhaling. Exhale till the tailbone up and moving back. Rounding the spine, tuck the chin, uncoil the chin, tailbone up and back. Rounding, one more. And exhale, hollow, tuck the toes under. Move yourself with the knees off the floor and then lifting the hips up towards the sky and the heels down. First downward facing dog, maybe wiggle, maybe step your feet, maybe change a little bit so you feel home in your downward facing dog, because this is the resting pose, an active rest pose. So if you start with yoga, this is not feels easy at all because the shoulders are stiff, pulling in the belly a lot, activating your bandhas, pelvic floor muscles lifted, belly button slightly in towards your spine. Pressing the hands forward and down. Lifting the sit bones up. Feeling length occurring in the side of the waist. Draw the belly deeper in. Release the neck. No tension in the neck. Say yes, say no. And then from here on your inhale, gaze forward. Exhaling, stepping right, left to the front of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, release, lean into the ball of the foot. Inhale, root to rise, arms sideways, lengthen. Exhale, hands through, heart center, Samastiti, mountain pose. Inhale, arms rise. Gaze up if you can. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, roll the way up, lengthen. Exhale, hands through heart center, Samasthiti. Inhale, rise, Surya Namaskara 8. Exhale, fold, swan dive, lead by the chest, forehead towards your shins. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, hands on shin bones or floor. Exhale, bend your knees, step back in high plank and then lower into low plank, Chaturanga. Inhale, roll over the toes, upward facing dog, or place the hips, Cobra. Exhale, move back, downward facing dog. Adjust your feet, breathing here. So the first breath is there to find the breath. And then you equalize the breath, inhale and exhale. So they meet each other and they're the same length. And you find that rhythm. Sometimes you lose it, but in the down dog, you can find your breath back. Releasing the neck. Pressing the hands forward and down. Pressing the heels back and down. One more cycle. Inhale. And on your exhale, gaze travels forward, step forward, right, left. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, swan dive back up, all the way. You can bend your knees. Exhale, hands through heart center. Ekam, inhale, rise. Dwe, exhale, fold. Trini, inhale, lengthen, look forward. Chatwari, exhale, lower down, Chaturanga. Pancha, full breath in, upward facing dog, Cobra. Sat, exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing here. One more cycle. When your exhale is there, gaze forward, sapta, step forward, halfway lift. Ashto fold. Nava, inhale, root to rise, arms sideways, lengthen. Exhale, Samasthiti. Again. Ekam, inhale. Dwe, exhale. Trini, inhale, lengthen, look forward. Chatwari, step back or float back, Chaturanga. Pancha, inhale, upward facing. Sat, exhale, downward facing. Find your breath. Release the neck. Doggies don't like it, down dog. They're barking. One more cycle. When your exhale is there, gaze forward, bend knees, step, hop or float. Sapta, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Nava, inhale, root to rise, lengthen. Exhale, Samasthiti, Surya Namaskara B. Bend your knees. Inhale, rise arms, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands down, then straighten legs, forehead towards chest. Inhale, halfway lift, flat. Exhale, step, hop or float, down. Inhale, peel the chest open, full of breath. Exhale, move back, downward facing. Left foot turns down, right foot steps next to the right knee. When you have the balance, rise those arms, hips forward, chest forward. Exhale, moving back down, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, move back, downward facing. Other side, right foot turns out, 45 degrees, left foot steps. When you have the balance, rise. Feel the back foot. Exhale, lowering down. High to low plank. Inhale, peel your chest, open. Exhale, roll back, downward facing. Breathing here. 5, 4, 3, 2. When the exhale is there, gaze forward, step, hopper, float, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, weight travels into the heels, arms rise on the inhale, knees squeeze. Exhale, hands to Samastiti. Bend your knees. Inhale, rise your arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, step, hopper float, chaturanga. Inhale, peel the chest open, full breath in. Exhale, roll back. Left foot turns out, right foot steps forward. Find the balance and rise. Inhaling. Long exhale out, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, peel the chest. Exhale, roll over the toes. Left side, right foot turns, left foot steps forward. Inhale brings you all the way up. Exhale, flow it down. High to low plank. Inhale, peeling your chest. Exhale, roll back. Downward facing dog. Finding breath. Releasing the tension in the neck, in the jaw, the face, the cheeks. Gaze in between the feet or hike it up towards the knees, thighs or belly button. Really firming your feet, your hands down onto the floor. And one more cycle. Exhale is there, gaze forward, prepare, step, hopper, float, halfway lift. Exhale, pull the belly in, forward fold. Bend your knees, rise in Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to Samasthiti. Open the feet, hip width apart. Folding forward, holding on to the big toes with your peace fingers and lock it with your thumb. So it's kind of an okay sign, but then with 2 fingers. Inhale, lengthen, shoulders away from ears. Lean into the ball of the foot. Exhale, elbows go out and fold. The more you fold, the more the belly pulls in. Lifting the sit bones nice and high. Releasing the shoulders. Keep a slight pull on the toes. And the toes push back into the fingers. So there's a give and a take. At the same moment that it keeps you in balance. One more cycle. Then inhale, halfway lift, Parahastasana. Step onto your hands. Hand palm facing to the soles of the feet, tops of the hands down. Inhale, lengthen the spine forward, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, press the toes into the wrist crease and then fold. Belly in, leaning a little bit more forward into the ball of the foot, feeling the squeeze of the toes into the wrist. Feeling the back side of your legs lengthen. Belly firmly in. Then inhale, lengthen. Exhale there. Now take the hands underneath your feet away, hands onto the hips. Inhale, rise all the way to standing, feet together. Sweeping the arms sideways, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, release down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step for hop, high to low plank. Rolling over the toes, full air. Exhale, move back, downward facing. Left foot turns out 45 degrees, the right foot steps forward. When you have the balance, warrior 1. Exhale, left hand goes down, right hand in front of the right pinky toe. Lean forward, go onto the ball of your left foot, and then find the balance. Ardha Chakrasana. Left arm rising. Gaze can be down. Reaching with your left hand nice and up. And if you have the balance, maybe go on 2 fingertips. Maybe on 1. Keep the breath. Maybe you can bring your right hand to the heart center. Right hand goes back down. Left foot steps very far back, 90 degrees turned out. Rise up into your warrior 2. Maybe adjust and then come into your warrior 2. Hips, don't keep them, make them square. Sit bones parallel. Arms reaching, belly pulls in. Tucking your tailbone, under. Gaze over the right fingertips. Left leg is nice and strong. Exhale, windmill the hands down. Rising on an inhale, the right leg nice and high. Exhale, chaturanga, 3-legged. Inhale, peel the chest open. Exhale, roll back, downward facing. Left foot turns out 45 degrees. Left foot steps forward. Rise up in warrior 1 on your inhale. Exhale, lean forward, right arm goes back onto your right thigh. Left fingertips on block or on the floor. Lifting in the half moon pose. Right arm is nice and high. Strong right leg. And if you can, straight left leg. Then go on 2 fingertips maybe. Drawing the belly in. Reaching the right arm up. Maybe left hand in front of your heart. Exhale, bring your left hand back. Step your right foot far back. Lifting up into your warrior 2. Maybe readjust so you have the right distance for your feet. Adjust your hips, make them square. Looking over your left fingertips. Draw the belly in, lifting sternum, nice and bright. Exhale, left, right, step those hands back. Inhale, sliding your left leg all the way up, 3-legged vinyasa. On the exhale, move forward and down. Tops of the toes. Inhale, peel the chest. Exhale, roll back. Downward facing dog. 1 vinyasa in between, the whole full vinyasa. So we step to the top of the mat. When your exhale is there, gaze forward, step, hopper float. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, arms overhead, lengthen. Exhale, immediately back to your down or to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, step, hopper float. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, keep the toes as they are and go back into your down dog. Okay, so you're on the tops of your feet. Really push the toes down. You feel this enormous stretch on the tops of your feet. And lift your hips up. Ooh, a little bit more. Yep, belly in. Arms strong. Yes, undo the toes. Ooh. Bring your knees down. Keep the toes tucked. Great. Then walk the hands towards your knees and come in an upright position. So maybe adjust your feet or adjust your hair because I look like Einstein. It's hot. Nice though. And then most of the time you need to adjust your baby pinky toe because that's the most stubborn one that we have. Let's get the knees really together. Pinky toe out so it's not crunching anywhere. And there we are. Oh, on the knees. If this is too much, then you just lean a little bit more forward. Yeah, then you get out of the soles of the feet and out of the toes. But let's make them a little bit more flexible. Those wiggly things. From here, hands. Interlace them in front of your heart. Exhale, round, hand palms go out and press those hand palms forward. Inhale, lifting, arms up towards the sky. Exhale, tuck the chin and round your spine, pull the belly in. Inhale, lifting, arching. Maybe the hands go a little bit more further back, but keep the front ribs as much knitted in as you can. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhale, round. Now undo the fingers. Inhale, arms go up, hands behind the ears, knit the front ribs in, sit your buttocks onto your heels. And then exhale, cactus the arms. Okay, peel the chest even higher, maybe gaze goes up. Upper back is in a back bend. Exhale, hands go down, all fours. From here, open knees a little bit wide as the mat. Tops of the feet go down, that's very welcome. Bring the buttocks onto your heels and then walk your arms forward. Arms go forward. Make yourself as flat as you can as a pancake onto the floor. And your pancake can be a poofy one, an American pancake. It can be a Dutch one, a really flat one. And then maybe if you can place the chin onto the floor instead of your forehead. And then turn the triceps back. So your outer arms moving towards the mat. But keep the hand palms flat. So this is an action from the shoulder girdle. So the hands are flat and you turn your triceps down. You feel a broadness in your collarbones. You feel broadness in your shoulders, the back side. And then still maintain the bandhas. Feel that when you activate the bandhas that your buttocks goes back onto your heels. Good. Slowly from here. Move your buttocks off the heels. And then corkscrew those elbows in. So they're behind the wrist. Then tuck your toes. Take your feet about hip width apart, so the knees as well. And then from there, lifting up into your dolphin. Hips are nice and high, so this is basically a downward facing dog, but then with your elbows down. You look down at your toes, draw the heels as far back as you can towards the floor. They will not touch. Maybe for some of you they will. Then from here, this is a new one. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, and then only hop forward outside of your pinkies, and then choop, as a froggy. Oh, what's that? Good. Yes, and then go in your Yogi Squat. Sink your hips in between your heels, hands press, and then lengthen. The elbows are on the insides of the knees, and then open the knees a little wider. Now without only doing the action with the arms, now lean to the outer edges of your feet, and then feel that you activate your hips, the outside of the hips, and now sometimes you don't even need the elbows anymore. If you have no touch of the elbows anymore, then take one fist into the half prayer, and then you feel like, oh, okay, maybe that's not enough for you, and then take two fists. So two fists together, so you have a little bit more space. So you work with the arms, and you work with your own outer hip muscles. Lengthen your spine forward and up, chest is nice and proud, chin slightly in. Then from there, hands go down. I need to scoot back a little bit. You can go for a baby crow here. You hands plant, your knees are around your elbows, lean forward, shoulders depressed into the socket, belly is active, go forward, one leg lifts towards the buttocks, the other one, and touch the toes. Staying here, 5, 4, if you fall out, come straight back up. 3, 2, 1 foot down, water footsteps to the back side of the mat, high plank, and then go to low plank. Inhale, peeling the chest upward. Exhale, move back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. So now we are in downward facing dog. Looking forward, lifting the chest a little bit away from the floor. Corkscrew those hands and then elbows down. Okay. From here, bend your knees. And then on your inhale, hop forward, Malasana. And again, hips go forward through your knees. Chest goes forward through your upper arms. Lean the outer edges of your feet. Do your adjustment of the hands. And then breathing here, chest lifts. Go Going through, feeling the outer hips, feeling the groins. And then from here, place the hands. Lifting a little bit higher, you can do the previous one, or you can go to a little bit more instead of a full-grown pigeon. Feet onto the floor, then lift the heels, lower the buttocks, place the knees into the armpits, lean forward, go forward, find the teeter-totter, lifting one leg, lifting the other. If you want more, go for straight-ish arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, shoot back, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing. Shoot back or flop back, both fine. Downward facing. So you feel the strength in your arms. We do it one more time. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, elbows in behind the wrist. Dolphin, relax the neck. Look down towards your toes. Press those elbows firmly into the floor. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, hop, Malasana. And again, hands. Outer edges of the feet. Draw your bandhas in. So lift the pelvic floor and Uddiyana Bandha, belly in. Chest forward and up. One more time. If the flop back can maybe now turn into 1, 2, chop, choop back, would be nice. So step back, lower the buttocks, knees into your armpits, look forward, go forward, titter-totter, finding the balance, lifting the heels very high towards your buttocks, rounding the spine, maybe straight-ish arms, move back, and lower. Inhale upwards, take your time. Exhale, we meet in downward facing dog. Releasing the neck. Lengthening the side waist, turning the triceps back, hips up and back, belly drawn in. Now walk, or walk your hands back, or look forward, lean forward, and take some flight towards your feet with your hands. Yes, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take the hands behind the heels, bend maybe your knees, and then from here, feel the chest onto your thighs. Look first forward, drop the shoulders into the socket. And then from there, drop the head down. Start lifting the hips, and that will straighten your legs. So don't jam your knees back. No, lift the hips, lean into the ball of the foot. Keep those hands pulling on the heels. As if you want to lean more and more towards the ball of the foot. Relax your neck. Long neck, but shoulders are active. Shoulders into the socket. That's the pull. So it's not so much the biceps. It's the shoulder heads. Inhale, halfway lift. As best as you can. Release the hands. And then all the way halfway. Now walk your hands back. So one more vinyasa. Just scoot forward. Into high plank to low plank. Inhale, upward. Exhale. Move to downward facing. Right leg rising on an inhale. Keep the hips square. Gazing down at your left foot. Knee in towards the nose and touch if you can. Heel very close towards your buttocks. Inhale, lengthen that spine nice and high. Exhale, knee to left tricep and then extend. So the hand, the foot, if you can, bring it outside of your left pinky. Yeah. Switch the left inside, the right inside of the foot, the instep, and then press into your right hand. Left hand follows the right collarbone, hard line, left shoulder, and then lift up. So it's a fallen triangle. From there, left arm goes up and over. Hike your hips up while your arm goes down, all the way towards the floor. Frame the foot. Right knee in towards the chest. And now turn to the outer edge of your left foot. Bringing the right leg up. You can keep it bent, right hand up. Or you straighten it. Press, press, press. Lower the right leg. Lower the right arm onto your thigh. Look down. Right hand, plank position. Chaturanga or forget it. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, peel up. Exhale, move back. Downward facing. If you need a breather here, take your knees down. It's every time you want to take it, you take it. Not because it's an excuse, but because you need it. So feel your body. Let's step the feet together. It's easier when you lift up the left leg. On your inhale, left leg rising, back and up. Exhale, knee to nose and round your spine, lean forward, shoulders over the wrist line. Inhale, lift, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to the right, tricep, touch, and then extend. So in the line of your hand if you can. Right foot instep, turns down. Right hand onto your left shoulder. Collarbones follow right shoulder, lift it up, gaze up. When the right arm goes over on an exhale, hike your hips up. Inhale here. Exhale. Right hand frames the floor. And then left knee in towards the chest. Turn to the outer edge. Lifting the left knee up. Maybe left arm goes up. And then maybe left leg is going to extend. Press into your right hand. Keep the right shoulder blade into your upper back. Breathing. Slowly from here, release the left leg down onto the right. Left hand onto your left hip. Gaze down, hands down. Chaturanga or skip it. Inhale, peel the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg rising on an inhale. Exhale, step your right foot behind your right wrist, so not next to the right thumb. Then left foot turns out 90 degrees. And then left, right, straighten both legs. Oh, there we are. We go for Trikonasana. So it's not warrior pose, both legs are straight. Lengthen. Then from here, shift your left hip all the way to the rear, and the right hip comes in. So you come in, and you have this long line of the right side. Keep this line long. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Hips go back. And sink wherever your hand wants to land. On your shin bone, not and ever, never on the knee. If you have the mobility, go for your big toe. Yogi toe lock. 2-piece fingers in the OK sign. Left arm rises up, leaning the crown of the head towards the front of the mat. Hips back, tucking the tailbone under. Gaze on the exhale up towards your left hand. Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, coming all the way up. Now from here, we're going to turn to the other side, to the back side of the mat. Turn your right foot, turn your left foot, and there you are, other side. Left hip sinks in and back, leaning the right arm forward. Keep the left line of the waist long. And then you go down as far as you can go, feel comfortable. Watch your breathing. Are you breathing? Right arm is up. On the exhale, the gaze goes up. Keep reaching through the right hand. Be strong in both legs. And again, there's a little pull on the toe and a little pushback from the toe into the fingers. Is your neck relaxed? Exhale, gaze down. Inhale, coming up and turning. Back foot toe goes 45 degrees. Arms are nice and out. Bring the hands onto the hips. Lengthen the spine and fold the mid-chest of the line, the mid-line of the chest goes to the midline of your thigh. So going down, and then left hand goes over the right foot, can also leaning onto the shin bone or on a block, and then Situate this left hand nice and high. The right hip wants to move forward, so move the right hip back in space. And then lengthen the crown of the head forward. Both legs are strong, right arm rises up. Twist it. Parsvakonasana. Each exhalation brings the twist a little deeper. Any inhalation lengthens the spine. Exhale, gaze down, windmill those arms up and over, moving towards the other side. Hands onto your hips, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lean forward, plant the right hand on the inside or outside or onto your shin bone, that's fine too. And then lifting this left arm open. Squaring your hips, left hip wants to move forward. Feel the support of your right hand on the outside, on your shin bone. Strong legs, strong bandhas, hug the inseams of the legs together. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, make the twist deeper. On your exhale, gaze down. Inhale, coming all the way back to the front. Step to the front of the mat. Hands down, or on the hips, however you like it. Feel the pelvis. Is it still under control by your muscles? Are you still here in the here and now? Moving meditation. Now we go to Uttita Hasta. Head to toe, foot. Hand to the toe, foot. Uttita Hasta Parangustasana. That's the one. Ha, yes. Looks like Chinese, but it's Sanskrit. So, once you're here, hands go forward. You can also take the knee instead of the toe, because my arms are so much shorter. So lifting up the right leg, holding on to the big toe, or you hold on to your knee, and then straight-ish knee. Then drop your right shoulder back into the socket. Stay here. Inhale, lengthen the spine, straighten your left leg. Exhale, draw the belly in and lean forward, elbow bends. Next inhale will bring you up. Exhale here. Inhale. And exhale, turn the leg out to the right side. Gaze over to the left. Oh, something wrong with my balance here today. So work your right trochanter. The heel comes slightly forward, your toes pointing back towards the back side of the mat. Inhale brings the leg back forward, hopping like a ballerina. And then exhale, fold. Inhale brings you back up, point the toe, plug the femur bone into the socket, and close the gap. Hands on the hips, don't lean back, lean forward, belly in. Ooh, shaking. And release. Stand still if you can. Let the swirls be there. Other side, right leg grounding. Left leg goes up. Hold it with the toe or hold your knee with your hand. Plug the left shoulder into the socket. Much better leg. Exhale, going forward and breathe. Belly pulls in, left elbows bending. Keep the breath flowing. Next inhale will bring you up. Exhale here. Inhale. And then exhale, open the left leg out to the side. Gaze over to the right. Sinking the left hip down so they stay in line with the right. Staying upright. Breathing. Then slowly bring the left leg back to the front. Exhale. Go forward. Inhale, lift back up, find the balance. Point the left foot, hands on the hips. And lift, 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 lift. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay with the feel, don't move. Good. Inhale, sweep your arms. Yes, let's clear this up. Exhale, swan dive it down. Forehead towards the shins. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Hands down, float back. Chaturanga. Inhale, peel the chest. Exhale, moving down. Downward facing. Let's go for a seated posture. Hands can come closer because if you can jump through please. If you're not, then just you go 1, 2, and then you stay a little bit, and then you walk your feet through the front, and then you sit. So cross the ankles, stay lifted, stay a little bit like, ooh. So not so much pressure into the feet, but more pressure into the toes. And otherwise, let's see if it works today. Look forward. Oh, I got stuck. And then sit down. All right. Dandasana position. Staff pose. Seated staff pose. Flex your feet. You'll do a lot of yoga. Loose skin there. And then hands next to the hips. If your arms are pretty short, take the fist. Then from there, just pull the chest through your upper arms, turn the tricep back and the elbow pits forward, lifting, 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 and push those hands down. Chin is onto the chest, really lengthen that spine, press the floor away as if you want to lift up. Belly is firmly in, and there we are. From here, arms rise up, inhale, Paschimottanasana. Exhale, go for your deepest grip. Can be toes, can be ankles, can be all around the feet, doesn't matter. Inhale, lengthen again, belly in, and an exhale, fold. Draw that belly in to fold deeper. Forehead towards the shins. And if you want, you can gaze forward towards the toes underneath your eyebrows. Don't pull on the arms, just let the upper body be relaxed. Work with the bandhas, strong pelvic floor, strong Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale here. Inhale, hands in front, halfway your thighs, hands down, cross the ankles, and then roll forward, lift. Feet can be down if you want. And then from there I always do hands forward, and then I step back high to low plank, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, move back, downward facing. Come back to seated again. Look forward, bend your knees. And then come forward in seated position. Option 1, take the hands, one hand behind your hips. And then bend your knees. Feel your feet are hip width apart, lifting up, tabletop. If you want, you gaze up. If the sun is too bright, keep your eyes closed. Otherwise, gaze at the tip of the nose. Hug the inseams of the legs, activate the bandhas. Push with the shoulders or the hands down into the floor, you will lift your chest. Exhale down. If this was easy, extend your legs. Otherwise, do exactly the same one. So about hand distance. Then from here, on your inhale, bring your hips up and forward. Reach with the toes towards the floor. And then guide your neck or your chin up and the head goes back. Internal rotation of the thigh. So move the quads, the front of the quads inward. Press, press, press with the hands. Exhale will bring you down, head last. Inhale, lift up, cross your legs, lift up, move back, hands forward, hop or float back. Inhale, peeling the chest. Exhale, moving back to downward facing dog. Place the knees and rest in child's pose. Forehead onto the floor, buttocks onto the heels. While you're here, enjoy the rest. Feel that your heartbeat is calming, your mind is getting calmer again. And just before we get too comfortable, there's a little bit more work to do, but then we wind down. Slowly rounded spine coming up to an upright position. We go to headstand. Two options. You can do tripod headstand. First, take your measurements. Take the fingertips around your triceps, not the biceps, because then you're too wide. So around the triceps. And then where the place of the elbow is, you can place your hands. And then in front of the fingertips, pretty far, so you make a triangle, you place the crown of your hands. To measure that is like your hand on your forehead, and then you take 3 fingers, and that spot right behind the 3 fingers, that is the crown of the head in yoga. So you take your hand, so that's 4 fingers, not really 5, and you take 3 fingers on top. And then right on that spot, that is where you lean on a little bit. It's 20 on the head, 20%, and 40 in one hand or arm, and 40 in the other. That makes together 100. So don't dump all the weight in your head. The other option that you can do is measurements, and then open the hands, and then interlace those fingers. Lowest pinky goes in. Then from there, you bring the crown of the head down, plug the shoulder heads into the socket, so shoulder girdle active. Lifting up, you can walk in, and then you can stay here, or you bring one knee in and pull the heel towards the buttocks, and that will lift the other leg. And that's so easy when you find the midline, the center line with the right leg, that only the toe have to find the inseam of your leg, and then bring it up. Be the owner of your shoulder girdle. Press those shoulders and those forearms into the floor to activate the shoulder girdle. So again, 20% in the crown of the head and 80% in the hands or in the arms. If you're a little bit more advanced, then from there, always do the measurements. Then tuck the toes and then slide in one piece the toes towards you. That's core work. And then find the center line. Now stay for 10. 1, 2, slow down your breathing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Halfway down on your exhale. Stay for 5. See your toes? That's how far you have to go down. Shift your hips a little back. 5, 4, 3, 2, roll if you fall. 1. Inhale brings you up. Find the center line. That's difficult. Stay for another breath. Slowly go down. Oops, not so fast as I went. Child's pose, rest, and surrender in this rest. Feel your shoulders melting. Let everything rest. Really feel you deserve it. If you go too fast up, you have the yogi high. You see Tutti and the Pink Panther coming. So stay down. And then from here, slowly looking up. Of course, you can also look for the safety in the wall so you cannot roll. Walk forward, crisscross your ankles, no vinyasa here. And then roll onto your buttocks. Bringing the right foot in, going to a bow pose. So right arm goes to the left corner of the arm and bring your shoulder next to the right knee. Then turn the right hand out and then bring it towards your waist. The left hand goes forward Bring and bind or come as close as you want. Take a towel in between those hands. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Right sit bone is off the floor. Right sit bone is off the floor. And hug the right knee in towards your shoulder. So now move the right hip towards your right heel. So it's off the floor. Exhale, fold. Forehead towards shin or chin towards the shin. Bring and keep the left toes pointing upward and flexed. So meaning not going out to the side. Keep this left leg active. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale here. Inhale, release. No vinyasa. We go straight to Malasana. D. Inhale, right hand behind you. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, left elbow over. Stay here. Or if you want to continue further, exhaling, twisting, left arm around your right knee, and then the right hand can find maybe a bind. Inhale, lengthen. This is a seat with both sit bones on the floor. Both sit bones on the floor and an internal rotation from the right knee or in a right thigh in towards the left. And then look back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, looking back. Keep the left leg active. Keep the gap between the chest and your thigh closed. On your next exhale, easy coming out. Let the bind go. Twisting, maybe a little bit the spine up. And an exhale here. Bring the right leg forward. Ooh. Left leg comes in. So now, left arm reaches up, comes forward to the right corner. Turn the left hand palm out to the side. Twist it around. Right arm forward. Create lengthen room. Turn the right hand palm out. And then bring it towards the bind. Flexing the right foot, lengthen. Exhale, squaring the shoulders. So meaning parallel to the floor. Forehead or shin towards your shin. Leaning on the instep of your foot and keep this right leg totally active. So it's not flopping out to the side. It's active and flexed. Kneecap up, toes are up. So moving. Left sit bone is off the floor. Upper body is nice and calm. Bandhas active. Inhale halfway up. Exhale here. Release the bind. Now from here. Left hand goes back. Left sit bone is on the floor. Keep still, the right leg nice and charged. Inhale, lifting up. This is my difficult side. Exhale, hook the elbow, stay here and twist back. Or if you want more, work around and help maybe your hand to find your waist. Left hand around. Find the fingertips, your wrists. Inhale. No talking here for me. Slowly. Exhale will bring you back. Lengthen the spine. Inhale. And exhale. Lowering the legs. Woo. Let's roll down. Easy. Where you want to go fast, you go slow. Let's go. Rolling vertebrae by vertebrae. Where you want to go fast, you hold it and then you continue with a slow movement down till you're all the way down. Good. Hands down. Now let me scoot a little forward on my mat. So from here, hands down. If you're in ladies' holiday, and if you have a ponytail, take it to the side. If you're a ladies' holiday, then only bring the legs up, nice and active. Meaning a time of the month, right? Good. If you're not there, or you're a man, then hands down, lifting the legs up and over. Walk your shoulder blades as close as you can get them, so you go on as high as possible on your shoulders, hands in your lower back or a little higher in the mid back, and then bring it to the most vertical line you can have it. So find the center, not with your legs over your head. You want to stag the ankles over the knees, you want to stag the knees over the hips, and you want to stag the hips over the shoulders. Well, that's kind of active, right? Yes. So there you are, upside down. Press the shoulders into the floor. It's a shoulder stand, not a neck stand. The neck is free. The back of the skull is down. Chin is away from the chest, but the chest moves towards the chin, not vice versa. Slowly lengthen, and then go to your plow pose. And this is not a rounded spine. This is going to be sit bones up, interlace those fingers, maybe walk the shoulders even closer, and then lengthen the waistline and lengthen the belly. So sit bones up towards the sky. Press the hands down. Straight spine if you can. Yes, the neck is rounded, but you're on your shoulders. If you want, you can continue. Now rounded spine. Pull the belly in, bend your knees and close your ears. Slowly extend those legs, lifting back up, hands into your lower back again. And now slide open the hands so you roll the spine down under the guidance of the hands. And then we all together with the legs up. Now, hands go down, lifting yourself up to a seat. And then from here, a little change, a little different than normal. Step your shin bones down. Open the feet hip width apart or a little wider so you're not going to sit onto your heels. And we're going for a little back bend. But first, you sit here. If this is possible, great. Then, if there's more room for you, you can bring the elbows back. Make sure that you have 4 toes on the floor. The pinky toe never will go. Well, maybe for some of you. Hug the legs in as much as you can, but if they want to open, never wider than hip width apart. Once you're here, peel the chest up and then guide your head back towards the floor. So this is a combination of fish pose and opening your quads. Press the elbows into the floor, drop the shoulders into the socket, lift the spine out of your hips. Gaze at the tip of the nose if the sun is not too bright, otherwise close the eyes. Slowly, bringing yourself down if you can, laying flat onto the floor. Bring your arms up and over, and then lift your hips up off the floor. So, now you feel your quads a lot. Press the knees into the floor. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Doesn't matter. Draw the belly in. Bandhas in. You feel it? I feel it. And then lower the buttocks down. Now this feels so much more relaxed, doesn't it? Bring the hands back over. Hold on to your heels, plant the elbows, lift your shoulders a little bit, and then plant the elbows and lift yourself up, and then place the hands to lift yourself in an upright seat. Oh. And then you watch your knees, did it split open? Then you know. Sometimes that happens. So from here, crisscross, bring the arms forward, and then from here we go into Chakrasana. That's the last hard pose that we're going to do. And Chakrasana, that's the reason why I put my ponytail on the side, because you don't want to roll over a ponytail or a pin, so take it out. You also don't want to step with your hands onto your hair. It's horrible, yeah? Because then you're stuck. So what we're going to do, we can do it in different ways. You can do it very fluidly, which I cannot. Or you can bring the legs up, place the head, Inhale, coming with the toes back over to the plow pose. Exhale here, plant the hands next to your ears. Keep the elbows as much upward to the sky as you can. And then inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So first I want to say there's no mercy. There's no thick mattress that your neck can go in. You have to roll over every chakra. So the back side of the chakras, Chakrasana it's called. So, and we have here 1, 2. So don't go to the side because then you get pressure on one side and it's not so good for the neck. So just see where you can end. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but it will work over time. So if you try it a couple of times, it doesn't work, then just roll up, do your chaturanga, and then we all meet in a downwards facing dog. So let me show you first a little bit of education. So I do it as an old lady, which because I am. And then from here, inhale over, exhale, bring the hands. And then from here, inhale, I want to lift because my lungs are inflating. Exhale, inhale, exhale. And then you are in your downwards facing dog. Can also be a little bit more flowier. Sometimes it gives you a little bit more momentum, but you need to know that you have the strength. If you can do a good chaturanga, no hips first to the floor, no booty up towards the sky, like this, that's not a good chaturanga. You need to be a solid chaturanga, leaning forward and hold it in every spot you want to hold it. Then you can do a chakrasana. Also, the spine needs to be flexible enough in rounding. If you want, bring the hands up, place the hands, and then from here, inhale, and step to your downward facing dog. That's your Chakrasana. So try it a couple of times. Maybe get the feel of it. Maybe it's like basically koppeltje duikelen. Head roll back. But we used to have in school the big blue mat, right? And then it was easy, or your famous, yes, inhale, inflate those lungs, yes, and then you feel more pressure in the hands. Yes, good. And then almost, normally you would walk up and I would help them with the hips, and then they're up, like, oh, what happened? So, downward facing dog, that's where we are. Let's jump one more time through to seated. If you were already seated, come up back to downward facing dog. She's mean today. Bend your knees, scoot forward, and sit your buttocks down. Okay, so we did Chakrasana. We go now the other way. We go to Urdhva. So we go to a back bend. Your back bend of your choosing can be bridge. Make sure you have 90 degrees. Back of the head is down. Plug the shoulders under. And I'm lifting up vertebrae by vertebrae. Hug the inseams of the legs. Bandhas active. Gaze at the tip of the nose. You can stay here. Or if you want, bring the arms up and over. Place them next to your ears. Fingertips towards your shoulders. Elbows up. Now from there, leaning. Press into the hands and then lift up. If you can, walk the hands a little bit in. And find maybe some rocking. Breathing through this whole process. And let's come down. Now, again, Chakrasana. Really? Yes. And it's not going to be nice. Now I'm really an old lady because I have to bend the other way. So I go up and over. And I take one breather. And I lift myself up into my downward facing dog. If it worked, great. If it didn't, Chakrasana. Back roll. So, come to seated position. One more time, roll down. Very, very slow. First lengthen, Draw the belly in. Rounded spine. Go slow. Keep your feet onto the floor. Go slow. Keep your feet onto the floor. Lower, 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 lower. You feel the strength? Good. And you're down. Take the heels in closer. Right ankle crosses just over your left knee. So you have two triangles. Arms can be in a capital letter T or cactus arms. And then roll with the knees towards the left side. Keep the right arm down and the right shoulder down. If you want to weigh your left knee, or your right knee rather, your right knee down with your left hand, go ahead, place it on top of the knee. Keep your right shoulder down, feel the twist. Let the breath do the work, release the tension of the muscles, and let the fullness of the breath take you deeper in the twist. Maybe even place your intention towards your right hip and move that right hip towards the front of the mat where you're working to. That will deepen the twist also. And really let your head relax. Bring the head back. Release the right knee. Bring the knees back up. Release the right foot down. Left, maybe lifting up the hips to reset the spine. And then left leg, just the ankle over the right knee. Now twist the knees towards the right. And gaze over to the left. And again, left hip away from your left shoulder. Move to the front of the mat. If you want to weigh your left knee down with your right hand, go ahead. But keep the left shoulder down. Also don't hide the left hip up. Working still with the breath. And the muscles you release. Release the right hand. Bring the gaze back. Bring the knees back. Step your left foot onto the floor. Reset your spine by lifting the hips up and then place them down again. And bring the knees in towards your chest. So far that your tailbone is lifting and your sacral bone is coming off the floor. So only your lower back is rounding. Create a little room. All those crazy moves we made. And then bring the soles of the foot up towards the sky, walking on the ceiling. Open the knees, just a little wider than your rib cage. Take the elbows on the inside of the knees and then go to your ankles, hold there, and then move the knees out, but keep the soles of the feet towards the sky, or hold the outside of your feet. Then drop the shoulders into the socket, plug the shoulder blades down onto the floor, long neck, and then bring the knees closer towards your armpits. Lengthen the tailbone down, sacred bone down onto the floor, so you're not coming to something like rounded here. You're all the way down, dropping shoulders, dropping sacred bone. Then extend your right leg, look to the right, move to the right. Then bend your right knee back, turn back to center. Extend your left leg, look to the left, and roll to the left. Bend your left leg, roll back to your back body. One more time each side. Right, and extend. Bend, bring the head back. Left leg, and extend. And moving back. Take the soles of the feet together. Bring the outer edges of the feet onto the mat. Just wiggle a little. There comes a natural curve in your lower back. And just let the hands lay down on the inseams of your legs just to weigh them a little bit more down. And then release. Release the belly. Release the neck. If you want to turn around because resting pose is coming up, go ahead. If you want to stay here because you're tired, that's okay, no problem. And bring the legs up with the help of the hand on the outside of the thighs. Extend your legs. And then lengthen, take up some space. What I would like you to do is plant those heels into the floor, feel the heels. Plug the shoulders, walk them under, hand palms facing up, and then just start tapping with your feet, so up and down, like flex and point, and it makes a shiver, a shake in your body. And if you do this long enough, you get a hair knot in the back side of your head. So don't do it too long, just a little. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now lay still. Surrender onto the floor and pay attention to the shifts in the body, the sensations, the swirls, the sizzling. Keep your mind at your breath. And let the body melt. The skin softens. The muscles release. The tendons soften. The joints at ease. The bone structure of your body, place it to rest. Rest. Lay still and enjoy. bring your attention back to the breath if this was not already there. The next inhale, bring the awareness to your fingers and your feet. And at the exhale, start moving. Moving the fingers, your feet, towards the ankles, wrists. And from there, bend your knees. And roll one more time the knees to the left side. And back to the right side. And then just hug the knees in towards the chest. Keep the head down. So just hug the knees in, maybe rounding the spine there. And then from there, just extend those legs one more time. So slide them over the floor and lift up your arms and extend your arms overhead. Stretch, long toes. And then slide one by one the knees towards your buttocks. Bend knees. On your inhale, roll to your right side. Fetal position, take rest. Snooze moment here, not really rest, but snooze. And then take your time to come up in an upright position of your choosing. Help of the hands, sideways, you come up, never back up with rolling and rounding. And there we are. All back. So from here, lengthen its spine. Place the hands in front of your heart. Bow your chin towards your heart. Come back to your intention. If you want, you can say Om with me, Om Shanti Shanti 3 times. Exhale fully. Inhale to prepare. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Come to the third eye, the mouth, the heart. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you. Give the thumbs up, subscribe. Leave me a comment how it went. See you next time.